I'm down on Barry Island and this might have been the biggest mistake of any video of my life. Because I have been here literally less than 20 minutes and I've already had one panic attack. There is plenty of B-roll gonna be for this video for editing. I've stopped off at Whitmore and Jackson already for a cappuccino to calm down. Not that it helped, but there is a lot of people today down here in Barry Island. This might have been a step too far. So stick with me for the rest of this video to see whether or not this is going to be the shortest video ever, or whether or not I actually survive a few hours down on Barry Island. So best wishes for me. Well, I found a quieter part of Barry Island now to film while I'm walking, and the good part is that they've still got Barry Island Pleasure Park here with all the fairgrounds and all that, and like Puff Call. I don't know whether the people watching this know, but a couple of months back they got rid of all the fairgrounds in Puff Call, and they've still got it all here in Barry Island, so that's really nice. They've completely renovated it since last time I've been down here. It's all wheelchair accessible, lovely pathways, plenty of dropped curbs, parking. There's quite a lot of disabled bays, although they are chock-a-block, because unlike most places, it doesn't seem to be a time limit on the disabled bays, which is lovely. If you want to spend a good few hours down here, but it does mean there is a shortage then once they are filled up. It still seems really popular down here. It's very busy today. Lots of shops I don't recognise, but I am now going to carry on having a little look around in more of the quieter sections. I did try getting down by the classic Gavin and Stacey cafe, but that is absolutely chock-a-block. There is not a chance. There's just way too many people to get down there, and definitely way too many kids to film. As many of you who follow the channel will know, this channel is a very proud supporter of the Welsh Air Ambulance. But what I have noticed down in Barry now, a charity which is very close to my heart as well, but I do not support, is RNLI. And they have a visitor centre down here, which looks like it's a very good experience, and it's free to access. So I am going to attempt to visit it and see whether or not, one, they will let me record, and two, whether or not it's actually worth recording for you. Let's spin you around now and show you the building. Here we go, Lifeboats, RNLI Visitor Centre. And as far as I am aware, the RNLI, like the Welsh Air Ambulance, is completely volunteer and charity-led, but don't take me at my word on that. I will let you know soon whether or not that's true. This scene really shows you how busy Barry Island is today, with all the fair and all that, the amount of rides and stuff that's down here. It's just incredible. There's just not a single place to park. That was really nice in it. Absolutely gutted I couldn't film, not because they wouldn't allow me, but it was absolutely tiny. It's literally a 20-second tour it is, so I can see why it's free. They got a big orange boat in here which the RNLI use. It turns out it's £190 million a year it costs to operate the RNLI, and it's completely charity funded, like I said. So if you can spare a bit of money to support the RNLI as well as the Welsh Air Ambulance, that definitely would go really, really amazing for the charities out there. There's so many worthwhile charities in Wales, it's just astronomical, isn't it? It's a matter of where you think you can put your money to, because things are getting tight. That's the reality of it, is we can barely keep food on our tables without supporting everybody else. But I suppose it's the fact that even if you can just donate £1 to something, it makes a big difference, doesn't it? But that's my little spiel over. I'm doing better than I thought down here now. I think that first panic attack that I had earlier was mainly because I didn't expect it to be so busy down here, and it just caught me off guard. Now that I'm actually vlogging and doing it, and I realise that nobody's actually staring, it's not as bad as I thought it'd be. It's actually quite liberating that I'm doing it. I know it's not that big a deal speaking to a camera, but for me it's a massive anxiety battle, so I'm really happy that I've managed to do a little bit down here. In fact, I'm going to be very brave now and go down towards the shops, because I've just seen a shop that I think you will find very funny, because I know I did when I read it. I'm sure we've all heard of Barbados. Well, they've actually renamed a shop down here Barbados, which I'm assuming is after Gavin and Stacey, because they got the entire cast face on the sign, which I think is hilarious. Maybe I'm just old and find anything funny, but yeah. Let's see if I can zoom in and show it to you now, or whether or not I'm going to need to get you a bit closer. Nope, I'm going to need to get you a bit closer. So that bit will have to be edited out. Ooh, nobody wants to see my face that close. So there we go, Barbados. I thought that was absolutely hilarious. Oh, what's occurring? Barbados Beach Hut. What a cracking shop name. Well, I managed to get a bit of peace and quiet down here and less people around here. I am officially outside Marco's Cafe, the home of Gavin and Stacey, with a mural. So I'm very happy I managed to get it in. I was going to stand in the gap and get a photo, but I did not realise that when standing here, I actually take up half of Stacey and half of Nessa. So yeah, nobody needs to see that photo. Or do you? Well, turns out I couldn't get anybody to take that photo of me. Not many friendly people down here, unfortunately, as I'm just finding out. I must have been brave and asked about 4 or 5 people to ask them if they could use my phone to take a photo of me in front of it, and they all just said they're too busy. So, oh well, just one of those things. Hang on, can you even hear me? I don't even know if I switched on my mic. I don't think I did, so if you can't hear that first part, I'm going to have to put a voiceover on. Just walking down now through all the people down to the very far side of the shop. Just seems to be a food lot, basically, full of fish and chips, chippy on the beach, more amusement. There's definitely plenty of arcades down here for kids, so no chance of not having space for the kids to play. And they're definitely really going hard on the Gavin and Stacey thing, because they've got another place called Nessa Slots. Nessa Slots, Barry Island. Ah, I know where this is. This is the place where Nessa was in the booth, wasn't it? And she always used to give out change. I now know where I am. Ah, what an imbecile that I didn't recognise it straight away. Oh, ice cream. I might come back for that later to cool myself down. I am very warm at the moment, but that is the anxiety. I'm surviving. The amount of merch down here for Gavin and Stacey is unbelievable. And yep, just more gelato. Right, it's 2 o'clock now. I've been down here for a few hours and all I've had today is a cappuccino. So I am now going to go see where I can get lunch to. And this is going to be a challenge for me because at the moment I've not seen any place calm down long enough to actually go in and have a bit of peace and quiet and get some grub. All the fish and chip shops, there's queues for about 20-30 minutes. So I'm gonna have to go to a cafe. That's gonna be the only option. At the moment it's a toss-up between where I had the cappuccino, Whitmore and Jackson, because I got an outside space and no flying rats about, or seagulls as most people would call them. If you didn't know by now, I have an absolute phobia of birds. So to me, they're flying rats. Apologies if you're a bird lover. It doesn't mean I'd hurt them, just means I don't like them. And then there's another place called a Hungry Shark, but I'm guessing that's a no-no because that is chocker outside, so I'm assuming there's chocker inside. I will get back to you once I know where I can get into. Or if I can get into anyway. Right, I managed to get into Whitmore and Jackson for lunch. Very, very luckily, it's nice and quiet in here, and they very kindly have left me vlog my experience. I was going to go for something called Welsh rarebit, which I'll be straight with you, I didn't have a clue what it was, but the idea of sourdough toast sounded amazing, but unfortunately they completely sold out, and I've been told it's a really posh cheese on toast. So next time I'm around somewhere that does it, I'm gonna go for it. What I decided to go for this time was something called Eggs Royale, which is something I've never experienced myself before, because I've never known anyone to be able to do hollandaise sauce. But I'm quite excited about it. I'm also going to be having a iced latte with hazelnut syrup, which is my go-to drink when I'm extremely hot. And I'm very excited, and I will pick you back up once it arrives. Overall, I'm glad I've stuck it out today. It's turning into quite a good experience. The hazelnut latte have turned up, and to say I'm over the moon that the fact it's in a proper glass is an understatement. The amount of cafes I go to and they serve it to you with a plastic cup is annoying. Nothing against it, it's just that it doesn't seem to stay cool for that long, and for the price which most places charge, which here it was £3.20 for an iced latte, and for the hazelnut shot it was an additional 75 pence, so not too bad. The syrup was a little bit more pricier than what I'd expect. I normally pay between 40 and 55 pence in most places. However, they are very generous with the syrup. You can tell it's very sweet, so I'm very, very happy with that. So yes, the iced lattes are definitely worth getting at Whitmore and Jackson. The eggs royale have turned up, and it looks absolutely divine. I did not realise eggs royale meant salmon, so that's a pleasant surprise. I will whip you around now and show you. Right, some moment of truth. Let's try this out. I have never ever tried this, so this will definitely be a first for me. Already know what Rachel's gonna say, my wife, when she sees this. She'll be turning her nose at me because the idea of raw fish to her is awful. Oh wow. That hollandaise sauce is amazing. I don't know what it is, but wow. Well, I will be honest with you, that exceeded my expectations. The chef cooked that egg absolutely spot on. It wasn't overcooked, it was runny, it was perfect, poached to perfection. The salmon was absolutely incredible, and even better, it was smoked salmon. What I will say though, it was very heavily smoked, so if you're not a fan of smoked salmon, it wouldn't be for you, but for me it was absolutely incredible. The flavours were so intense on it, and what I liked is they didn't over season the hollandaise sauce, so it allowed me to add a little bit of pepper to it and have it at the flavour which I prefer, because I'd rather it a little bit under-seasoned than over-seasoned, because for me I'm a bit sensitive to salt and stuff like that. But the flavours were absolutely spot on, and the cost of it was £10.50. That's it. That's an absolute bargain. So you cannot go wrong. For less than 20 quid, I had a iced latte with hazelnut, eggs royale, and I am absolutely stuffed to the point where I'm looking at some really nice cakes and puddings that go on display, and some clonches, and I'm not even tempted. So that goes to show something. For a fat guy like me to not actually want to go for a slice of Victoria Sponge or Rocky Road is rare. So yeah, I would definitely say if you're down Barry Island and you want a damn good breakfast or damn good lunch, come to Whitmore Jackson. Definitely worthwhile. It's surprised me. A little bit of nostalgia there. Dave's Coaches from Gavin and Stacey. I think I just got in time, hopefully. I'm thinking, shall I be brave and attempt to go on that wheel? I said in Cardiff, oh hell no, I'd never go on one. But who knows? Oh God, now that I'm under it, I don't know. I really don't know. Oh, look at the bloody size of the thing. Oh, I don't know if I can. Oh, it's huge. Oh God. That would probably be one of the worst places to get a panic attack. Up the top there. Oh, I don't know. Okay, I think we all knew what was going to happen. I didn't get on it. I chickened out. There was no chance in hell of me going on it. I took one step towards a guy. He looked at me. I just went, I don't know if I'm able to go on this. I'm too scared. He went, oh, it's not that bad. It only shakes a little bit. And he showed me how much it wobbles back and forth. And I was like, oh, hell no. So, yeah, that is out. I definitely don't have the mans to get on that. So instead, I'm going to take it very slowly and walk up to the very furthest point I can reach to try and get an even nicer view of Barry Beach. But there's this absolutely beautiful, I want to say oriental stand. I'm probably way wrong. But look, it's beautiful. I don't know what it is. It says A2000D. Maybe someone in the comments can actually tell me what it's for, if you know, because I definitely don't, and there is no signage to tell me either. It's turned into a lovely, beautiful day down here. It's very, very windy, so I hope the audio's not too bad. I've got my mic on with a little bit of the furry thing on top to try and dampen some of the wind if it helps. But I'm all new to this, so I don't know. Oh, wow. They weren't kidding when they said Nell's Point is far away. I don't think I'll be walking to that. Let's turn you around. If I walk down there and all the way across there, and leave me point with my stick, right by there is the furthest point of Nell's Point. So I'd have to walk all the way down there, all the way up that path to there. Yeah, that's a good 1.5 miles. My fat derriere is not doing that. So, here we go. That's Nell's Point from my perspective. Let's get you a zoom in so you can see a bit better. Here we go. That's as close as you're going to get with me. I would say maybe one day I can take you there if I get a mobility scooter. But trust me, I am never getting a mobility scooter. My aim is to get my leg better so that I can walk there one day. So we'll just have to take it slowly. The views are gorgeous. Let's whip you around again. And there we go. That's the other point of the Barry Beach. Whoop, I just flipped you around again. Sorry. I don't even know how I done that. Here we go. And back out. Let's hope I can fix half of this mess up during editing. I have made a massive mistake. I came down a set of steps, walked about 10 minutes down a pathway, and it turns out the only way back up without going all the way back up those steps is this big ass bloody hill. Oh, oh well, if we live and learn. My calves are on fire, and I've only come up a tiny portion of it already. Oh well, at least I've had my physio for today. But I know I'm going to pay for it tomorrow and probably the next day and the day after that. Oh, definitely going to need to rehydrate properly later. And probably some painkillers too. But we survive. But like I said, never hide nothing from you. Real life this is all about. Show you this. There's me to skate to go on that Ferris wheel, and look at these crazy people now on that ride. There is not enough money on this earth or enough alcohol or whiskey on this kingdom to get me on that damn thing. That is just insane. Nope, nope, nope. Never in a million years. I have never had this before. A bird within touching distance of me. I'm absolutely cacking myself, but it is beautiful. Let's see how close I can get before it flies off. Or I cack myself. Right, let's summarise the day. I'm quite shocked. It's been a fantastic day. Started out, panic attack, really, really scary. Had cappuccino, as you will see with a photo. Spent several hours down Barry, and it's been absolutely phenomenal. Mini food review in Whitmore and Jackson's. Food was phenomenal. Popped into a store which I believed was no longer around anymore, called Hyper Value, which did shock me. Got a few bits for my wife and for my boy, which I will put up after this. had a good look around. Obviously, you heard me mention about the RNLI, and you heard me mention about the Welsh Air Ambulance, which I'm going to do a shameless plug now to my Just Giving link. If you can, please support my Just Giving link to raise money for the Welsh Air Ambulance. That would be fantastic. If you have any questions, please put them down in the comments below. Any future ideas for videos you would like to see, please let me know. And there is a possibility in the future that I am going to do a Q&A video, because I've had a few inboxes to do stuff like that, to explain about myself, explain about my family. So if that is something you would like to see, please drop that below and give me an idea of some of your questions. And thank you for watching another week, and really appreciate it.